Okay, now that we've created the Salesforce fields, I'm going to take you through how to actually set up a sync using one of these reverse ETL tools. So I did some Googling. It looks like Census and High Touch are the two most popular for this type of situation. So what we're going to do is go through a quick setup, connecting BigQuery as the source and Salesforce as the destination, which it has both of them listed here. Should be able to set up two syncs for free, which will allow us to get some of the basic data in. One quick thing that you should want to keep in mind is you should create a table and save it as a view within Salesforce. So assuming you have this data in your warehouse, you will want to create an aggregated view, which is just a saved query of the product data that you're trying to get into Salesforce. So here you can just see we have the organization ID and two of the metrics that we want to bring in, which is just all-time sentiment count and all-time user count. I just saved it as a view here. And this will just make it so much faster when setting up the integration, because this original table I was querying from is over 2 million rows. It's really huge and kind of slow. So if you select it from this model, it should go much faster. But enough of that. Let's get into setting this up. So we have to start by connecting our source, which is going to be BigQuery. We'll go with the basic configuration. We have to get the project ID, which you can just get from Google Cloud Console, which I'll go to right now. And here's my project ID. I'm going to copy this, bring it back. The location is in the US, and the service key, I have it in my downloads here. I'm just going to copy that in as well, and I'll try to hide it so you can't see it. Connect it. You also have to grant these permissions to Census as well. You may need some technical support in doing this. I just did this through the command line. You basically just copy and paste it. But if you need technical support, it should not take very long. Then go ahead and test the connection. We'll see if this works. Okay, so it looks like the sync and test have run successfully. So let's go ahead and connect Salesforce. So we're going to go to destinations. We're going to add a destination. We're going to type Salesforce, production, connect. We're going to log in, connect with my demo account. Okay, now it's going to test this connection. So let's see if this works. Okay, it looks like the Salesforce connection has worked successfully. So let's go ahead and finish this, and we can go ahead and set up a sync. So we're going to go to New Sync. We're going to select a warehouse table. Now, this may take a little bit of time to load because some of the tables in this connection are quite large. So we're just going to be patient and wait for it to load, and I will come back when it has finished. Okay, so it looks like our data has loaded. So let's go ahead and select the view we created, and let's select the Salesforce object we want, which is account. The conditions we want are update only, because we don't want it to create new account records. We just want it to update existing. Bulk lookup, this should be fine. Now we may have to wait again for this to load, which will be the columns that we're going to use to match the two systems together. Okay, so it looks like our columns have loaded, so let's match them. So organization ID is the one we want from the view, and organization ID is the field we want to match on for the Salesforce account. When they're the same, that account will be updated. Now let's add the mappings. So all-time sentiment count is going to match to all-time sentiment count, and all-time user count is going to map to all-time user count. Now let's run a test. Okay, so it looks like it worked for this one record here. Now let's go ahead and click next and select a run mode. We can choose a scheduled triggered flow, or we can have it be live, but it looks like that's not available. So let's just do scheduled and let's have it run daily, which is, let's get it to run at 4:30 Eastern time so that we can test it in 2 minutes. Okay, so this should run in 2 minutes time, and we already have this one that looks like it was updated 1 minute ago. Now let's go and see some of these other accounts. Quantum Leap. So this one has not synced yet, but if we set it up correctly, then after the sync runs at 4:30, we should see this data get populated, and then it should update every day starting tomorrow, or I guess in 1 minute, but then every day at the same time. Okay, so it looks like it's about to start. Let's monitor this. And if this is really slow, I'm just going to speed it up for the sake of ending this video because it's already running pretty long. Okay, so now it looks like it's reading data from BigQuery, the second step in the sync. Okay, so it read the data from the source. Now it's sending it to our destination, which is Salesforce. All right, so it looks like the sync successfully ran. Now let's go and check to see if this data is available in Salesforce. So if I refresh this, okay, so it looks like it updated these two fields that we were looking at for Quantum Leap. Let's look at some of these other ones. Okay, so it's pulling it in. Let's make a quick report because we can here. So I'm just gonna add in these fields. So we did all-time sentiment count and user count. And here we can see the usage data associated with each account. We can sort by it, and this should update on a daily schedule. If you click into any of these, you'll see the usage data. And yeah, I hope this was educational for you in teaching you how to get product data into Salesforce. I'll make another video now showing how to get additional fields in here. They might be a little bit more technical if it requires more SQL to create those views, but it's not as complicated as it might seem. All you really have to do is just figure out how to connect these two data sources, or connect your data source with your destination, which is Salesforce. And once you do this, you can take advantage of all the automation features in Salesforce. You can set up triggers, emails, if some of these data points exceed or don't exceed certain thresholds. You can do all of that once you have product data in your CRM. So I will leave this at that, and we'll see you in the next video.